Hi, and thank you for tuning to the Fight Zone podcast. I'm Seth. In this episode, I talk with my great friend and student Stefan Petrov. This is his inspirational story of one life martial artist, starting judo pretty much from cradle and becoming Judo and Sambo multiple national champion. We was trying to get in Bulgaria after he became my student in MMA, and as such he became Combat Sambo national champion, Combat Sambo European medalist, and national champion in MMA. This is his story about risking everything for a dream, landing in London without any English and money to chase his sport dream. 5 years later, he's 10-point purple belt and professional grappler fighting out of 10-point London, where he's also a wrestling coach. You can follow Stefan on Instagram, link is in the description, Stefan Petrov 10-point for L London, and to train with him, you can visit Diesel Gym London at Facebook, official Diesel Gym London. Meanwhile, I hope you enjoy and learn from this episode with my great friend brodyaga Stefan Petrov as much as I did. And sorry for our English.
Why do we fight? To protect home and family. To preserve balance and bring harmony. For our kind, the true question is, what is worth fighting for? The Fight is All podcast.
Okay, we should be on.
Yeah,
Now we
we
speak English.
British accent or which one?
You can speak whatever accent you want, it's all the same. You know. I have to make title for this one. Sorry for our English.
Yeah. Sorry for any inconvenience about our English.
By the
Okay,
way, when I was looking for name for the podcast, sorry for my English was one of the things I was thinking about, but I gave it up fast.
No. Fight is always the best choice.
Okay, that's the third try of making a podcast with you, and hope to be successful. Let's start how we started the last two times, telling your combat sports story, which most of it I know because I'm obviously part of this story, but I think it's going to be interesting for the people, to hear as well who are listening, and most of the people who are listening to this know you, so go for it.
Yeah, okay. I start training judo since I'm 10 in my born city, Sofia, in Bulgaria. After 12 years, I finished sports school, with judo, then went to the university, again,
You
judo
went to
coach.
you went to National Sports Academy,
Yeah,
which is the sports university in our country.
yeah. Of course, just me and you know about this one. Yeah, I should tell it to the people. Yeah,
No. But
then
by the way, the National Sports Academy is worldwide recognized university for sport. It's recognized everywhere.
uh, pro
Joke aside, National Sports Academy is more recognized than the engineering university I was studying in. That's serious, by
probably
the way.
probably this is something like a legend, but I don't know. Because definitely it's not recognized in England.
Ah, okay. Well, in UK they don't recognize anything. Only things that happen in the British Empire, which is
Ye-
long gone, by the way.
Yeah, this is a long story. Let's hold it to the sports story, please.
Okay, let's go.
Because yeah, for my experience here, I can talk a lot for these topics, but we should go to another podcast.
Well, you're drinking beer, so it's time for politics anyway. But okay, let's keep it sport. Okay, keep going. So after
Yeah,
the what happening when you get to the National Sports Academy.
yeah, yeah. I understood it's time to change. Every time, every sportsman is or people practice some sports for a long, it's got time to decide is continue in this sport or it's time for change. Uh, a lot of things is made my decision so easy to start to change the sport. And I decided to start with MMA, which in this years has been pretty new sport for Bulgaria. Combat Sambo, mixed martial arts, is been, 2, 3 years old in that time. We're talking for 2009, 8, 2010, something like that, which is, pretty new in that years. Not many clubs in Bulgaria practice this sport.
No, actually, when we started, it was only two clubs. It was Gladiator Bukido and us. We was actually the second team in the
Yeah,
country that we started,
and
not to participate in MMA, but to teach, coach, and train MMA for
yeah,
MMA.
yeah, and another clubs I met our friend Kamen Georgiev, Kamen Georgiev, or how it's English pronunciation. I am not sure
Well,
to be
Georgiev, the way
fair.
the way how it is. Well, if people who are not familiar with Bulgarian sport, Kamen Georgiev is pretty much a legend. He's a pioneer in Bulgarian MMA. And
Yeah,
by the way, he's going to fight with one of our best fighters now, Peter
Peter Petrov.
Petrov. Oh, he's your brother? Another Petrov
Yeah.
brother.
Well,
Yeah,
I'm brother with half Bulgarians and half Russians.
yeah, Petrov is very provocative. So he's going to fight with Peter Petrov, who is our teammate. He's one of the first products of the team who haven't background where he started. He started as a kid with us, and he was training MMA only. He's not coming from other background. He started MMA. And he was competing MMA like all his competitive career.
Yeah,
So we're
he's
hoping
our
for a win. With all respect to Kamen, but we're looking forward to
yeah,
win
yeah,
better on this one.
uh, yeah. Peter is our adrenaline. He
Yeah,
should win.
that's his nickname, Adrenaline. Yeah, he should win. Hope. But it's gonna be a good fight. It's gonna be a good fight. That's legit
Yeah,
fight. That's
I'm looking forward to this fight. To be fair,
both
it's
good
gonna be
and
so interesting.
active fighters, so that's gonna be interesting.
You know the you know the future and the past is meeting together. This has always been some fun and interesting for people.
Pretty much, pretty much. This fight is pretty much like that because Kami is very experienced. They've been fighting everywhere possible, in all kind of styles, and he pretty much was working for the MMA sport, to be honest, in the whole time. And Peter is the new generation of fighter who is training MMA only, and he also like gained a lot of experience. He fought in M1 in Russia,
Yeah, yeah,
lost unfortunately, but that was quite experience, to fight on the big scene. So
yeah,
so he also gained a lot of experience. So that should be a good fight.
yeah. Like a fighter, you win or learn. This is good experience. Doesn't matter at the end to the score. M1 is big organization in Russia, and I'm not sure, but I think it's similar level like UFC. Then
Well, I think they make a contract with UFC, and now M1 is working with UFC. So if you become M1 champion, you are invited to get a UFC contract. So they kind of now like a sister organizations.
oh,
They're working together.
I didn't know about that to be fair, but
Well, that
now
that happened. That happened this or the last year, pretty recently. They signed a contract. So if you win M1 now, you might be proposed to go in UFC. But you might go, you might not. There was one Sambo guy, which was heavyweight, very ripped guy. He had a big saga with UFC. He signed. He signed off. Then by mutual agreement, they decided not to sign. So it's going back and forth. What was his name, like Shirkov or something, like big Sambo guy.
probably I don't know how is the another questions for doping in M1, and probably this because in UFC
Well, I
is
think I think
pretty.
with Shirkov that was the thing because
Yeah, yeah,
in
yeah,
M1 the doping control is not as strict as in UFC,
yeah,
and
yeah,
well, working on this guy, being so shredded and heavyweight, and
yeah.
I think he did. he didn't want to give up of couldn't
Well,
I just fought in Russia in not in Russia in China in not in China in Japan, but in Japan they fight. So
the, that's that's long story with the doping. This like in BJJ, everyone is following ADCC. Everyone is so surprised when someone is winning and said he's so steroid. But this is for professional sportsmen when no one didn't check them. You know,
yeah, it's a big problem in the grappling and BJ community because there is literally no doping control in on
in
even
IBGF they got, but
oh they
every
started.
yeah he's, I heard here from our gym that most of the guys which is who not compete now on IBGF like a Galvao like this one, but this is not official, nothing official. Is they cause on IBGF they catch them and now it's just something like tell to them you know I don't know is that true or not, but just to
Well,
don't
I
compete anymore.
heard I'm not following the the BJ dramas too much, but I heard recently they called a couple of high-level BJ guys. Probably is what you're talking about, the IBGF,
Yeah,
federation that they said. Because I was very surprised about Miao brothers.
yeah, and that about them again the
That
same
was a big
story.
upset because there was kind of there was kind of image of the nerd BJ fighter with the eyeglasses and everything, very technical, doing this there's
Yeah,
making
but
crazy pain poses and stuff, and they got caught with steroids and everyone was like, oh.
yeah, the other thing is how Galvao is not competing on IBGF when he's, you know, 11-time world champion in IDC or something like that. I'm not sure exactly for the world titles, but there are a lot there.
Well, but the thing is,
Yeah, but
in
this,
every sport, there should be kind of doping control because doping is so big. And as an athlete and as a professional athlete at the moment yourself, you know that doping makes difference.
no,
Like
yeah, that's good. But
in a technical sport like BJ, is still strength is skill as well,
yeah,
and the recovery is also something big. Stop
yeah,
moving
yeah.
because you are making a lot of noise.
Oh, sorry, man.
And it's a thing, you cannot say like there's this big legend in BJ that like technique beats everything. It's not true on high level
No,
sport
no.
when both are technical and one is more athletic,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Always the most Jew guy how they try to use this terminology is winning content, especially on ADCC, because definitely ADCC is not technical like IBGF or sub-only competitions.
you have been very active recently in your in sub only. We're gonna talk to that, but let's leave
Let's
like IBJF alone and go back to your story to finish that, and then we go on from there, if you don't mind. So we was up to how you
yeah,
started MMA.
when we finish with the story.
Yeah, let's
Yeah,
go for that.
I decided to change, looking for something new, and start to be more popular in the world, you know. And then few clubs start like ours and Bukido, which is Bukido, Gladiator, and after that, I think Pitbulls. But
Yeah,
yeah, I'm not
they
with
came
the Bulgarian
from the other
history in the
Bukido, so
MMA. Yeah, and then one day I just met Kamen Georgiev, how I said, on one competition. Yeah, and this year national Global Gadget is organizing that time these competitions in Bulgaria, and Yeah, friend of mine is know him and just introduced me to him. Said that I'm good judo player, a judoka, and want to change my sport to something new. And he said, yeah, of course, you can come every day, 6 o'clock in the morning. I'll never forget this time, man. 6 o'clock in the morning. Wake up at 5 to go 6 o'clock. Thanks God the gym is being close to my house. But still, from there, from these times, I just can't do that anymore. Telling you. But yeah, that's different story for the trainings
And
in six
and
o'clock in the
and there
morning.
was there was there was hard training these ones, they never go easy.
Yeah,
I was I was
old school training. Warm up
yeah.
for 5 minutes, yeah, and everything being sparring for another 1.5 hour.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, old school now is everything is changed step by step, but some funny story, when you
Yeah,
when
tell
you
it, tell it.
have
That's interesting to hear. We both know it, but it's a good
yeah,
story, this.
you're going there, 6 7 days a week. Carmen is training every morning. I try to go like a new guy. You should learn fast. Improve yourself fast, your techniques. Everyone, is dreaming for UFC in the beginning. And I know if I training more, I will go fast to there. But after 1 month, you realize you wake up 5 o'clock in the morning. Now you're going to take a sparring with probably Kamen has been 94 kg in that time. I've been around 70, 73. And, with guys like him, like our friend Yavor Lazov, the captain. And yeah, your mentality is changing from this point. I'm not explaining you that that good how I'm feeling, But yeah, at the end of the day, it's good story, good opinion with them. And then yeah, after one no, I think more less than 1 month, I met you in the gym. Do you remember our first meeting?
Did we met at Kamen's training in the mornings?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. You didn't remember? It's been one Saturday.
Well, oh, I don't remember so much details. I remember what I remember first when I like start paying attention is when it was on this Sunday competition that you appear with your brother with the pink shorts,
Oh,
pink
this has been
underwear.
yeah, this has been uh 5 months after. I I remember the date because the only date when we training from 8 o'clock, not 6, is been Saturday. Saturday we training, remember, from 8 to 10. And you can
Ah,
I
yes, and
do you
that
remember
was
with
blessing because you sleep.
with my shin guards? Yeah,
Oh yeah, yeah,
come and is
yeah. I
gave me
remember.
one shin guard. Man, this been the horrible thing in my life, man. I'm telling you, these shin guards, they never been washed in that time. I'm probably used a lot. Yeah,
Yeah, with
so,
they
and
they
then
was this shin guards was so stinky that if you kick someone with a walkie, it opens eczema there.
yeah, 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 yeah.
It was
And
terrible.
and the interesting is, tell me, because when I took them 2 days before you meeting you, and I grabbed them and said to come and can I wash them? Man? They stink, disgusting, And he said, no, 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 no way to wash your shingles. I said, why? And he said, cause after that they're broke, If you do it this one, they're fucked. And I said, wow. And I remember I didn't put them in my bag straight away. I put them in two plastic bags, wrap them, and then put in my bag because they stink disgusting, right? I'm telling you. And after that, when I met you and tell you this, and your reaction has been, who told you that? Who told you that?
Yeah,
You should
well,
wash them. Come
I
on.
remember that. I remember that. I saw you putting your shin guards in a do that. They stink And I say, why you don't watch the damn thing? You know, it's all because I remember you was putting them out of your bag to put them on, and then the whole gym smells terrible because you're opening the gates of hell with
Yeah,
this plastic bag to put
yeah.
your shin guards.
Yeah, I'm telling you, I put them in, you know, on my balcony, and then on the end, and my mother is telling me, no, no, you should throw it this shin guard straight away. I said, no, no, I can't. They're giving me by gift, you know. But yeah,
And the people who listen don't understand that back in the days, having equipment was a big thing. We didn't have equipment. Like
yeah, yeah,
having a shin guards, having a gloves. It was very expensive for us, living in Bulgaria to have.
uh-huh.
And once you have one pair, you take care for them. You train with them, you compete with them. You're
Yeah,
trying, to save them for 10 years.
yeah.
People now
Even
cannot imagine because now gear is cheap. Now
yeah,
you will buy
especially
like every half year you buy new gear. Back in
yeah,
the days you compete with one shin
yeah.
guards for 10 years and they always and you
and
sew them, you stick them, you repair them, you keep them forever.
and then put a plaster on the top.
Yeah, like there
Then
was most of them holding all on plaster, on sticky tape,
yeah,
just not to throw them away because there was
yeah.
none.
Yes, you're thinking they can hold it one more season. They can hold it one more season.
Yeah, yeah,
Uh,
because it was expensive, like,
yeah,
and it
yeah,
was
yeah.
hard to find a good ones. It
Oh,
was all the it was all these karate one, which was really crappy, and they don't really. If you get a good ones, like real, like
yeah,
shin guards and gloves, you try to keep them forever.
yeah. Probably this been our first meeting. I think it's been
Yeah.
exactly the next day when you come back from honeymoon or something like that. Because I met Kamen on the next day after your weddings. To be fair, something like that.
Oh,
He
easy.
yeah, he came after your wedding to compete, and he said, "Oh, I'm not sleep more of the all nights," and then came from Kistendiu. Your wedding has been there, yeah?
No, no,
No,
no. That's not the case. I think we know each other before my wedding
no, 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 no.
because
100%. I'm
okay.
telling you. He
Our,
told
our
me, yeah.
Well, you're better with dates. I'm really bad with dates and
I,
things.
I'm good with the dates for kind of like these dates for any one. No.
No,
Once
we
it,
we 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 married with Iliana in Sofia. So we're celebrating in Sofia. The marriage was in Sofia. But Kamen was there, so like probably your version of the story is better.
uh, yeah, yeah. Give me 1 second. Uh, yeah. Just listen. Can you hear me? No?
Yeah, all good.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm good in that date like this one, to be fair, like me, you, and the guys who I'm loving you. Uh, but not that good with another dates for birthdays and that kind of stuff. I mean, like a date.
Oh, I'm terrible with that. Thanks
Yeah.
Facebook for that.
Oh yeah, thanks God. If someone is just close his date, it's not showing on Facebook. In fact. But anyway, come on, let's continue with introducing. Uh,
Uh,
where we finish? To be fair.
So we was at the point where we met each other in this bathroom of the this. It was actually judo gym where I was training me like early in the mornings, and we passed the story about your infamous stinky shin guards
Mhm.
in the plastic bag. I'll never forget that.
Yeah, that's yeah. Then we start training together for a while. Then the destiny, or I don't know what is just spare us. You start traveling around the Europe. We stay in Bulgaria for a bit, then we'll be together for a bit again, spare, and after that I just decide if I need to improve myself like a competitor, I should change the country, to be fair, because you know perfectly in our
Yeah.
beautiful country. How is the situation with everything?
Well, it's hard. It's hard. There's a lot of talent, but it's very hard.
And yeah, and then in after 5 years with MMA in Bulgaria, I just arrived in London. Uh,
So how long have you been already in the UK, in
for
London?
4 years and 2 months. Yeah, I arrived in
So
London.
you moved to London like kind of like a bit after we left for Australia. So
Uh,
yeah,
y- I think you went to Australia 2014. I went here in 10 of June 2015,
yeah,
which is
yeah.
year after.
Just a bit after. Yeah, year
Yeah,
after or something.
yeah.
Yeah.
And
Okay, that's now
yeah,
interesting story. That
okay,
I don't know. The
you
story
know,
up to now I kind of know, but I
you
don't
know,
know all the story about, okay, so you're arriving in London with your
you
bag and
you know,
what do you know to examine the sport? That's very real story, like the logo of the podcast. You're jumping on on a plane with a bag and landing in London, and what's going on from there?
and
Like
yeah,
street fighter,
seven,
traveling fighter.
10 minutes past 7, I'm in the morning. I landing in London, Luton. To be fair, it's not London, but they they calling you Luton, London, which is about 1.5 hour with bus with coach. To be fair, but yeah, still London. My brother is waiting me on a gate. My brother, my twin brother. He's been already 1 year here,
Oh,
and
so your brother was already 1 year there. I thought you went
yeah,
together.
yeah. No, 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 no,
Oh,
not
okay.
again. I jump on the plane, without any language. I know I'm gonna learn fast, but I didn't expect to be that slow, to be fair. But anyway, I know I can do everything, if I wanted to. The only reason has been just the sport. I don't want to work. I want to be professional fighter, coming in big city, you know, big opportunity here, a lot of clubs, a lot of fighters in Bellator, in UFC, you're still dreaming, to be fair, to 26 years old man, or I don't know what to tell you.
Well,
Just
26, you're
dreaming
somewhere in
about,
between. You're a
yeah,
man, but your mind is of a boy.
yeah, like everyone now. When I see 23, 4, 5 years old guys in the gym, they trying to reach their dreams. I said, mate, between 20 and 30, you should follow your dream. Doesn't matter, you know, how stupid or funny or everyone laughing on it. Just follow it.
It's
And
yours. It's
then,
yours. No one can
yeah,
take
it's
it from
yours.
you
Yeah,
unless you
because
you gave it away. So yeah.
you've got 10 years to reach it, which is more than enough. After that, between 30 and 40, you can change it, some professional, still training, but, you should looking a little bit different on the life after that, if you know what I mean, to be fair.
Oh, very good.
But yeah, I was dreaming about big sports, big clubs. I've got lucky that time. My brother is meet me on the airport. Then, without language, is so I'm thinking I'm coming from big city. 2.5 million Sofia, oh, big city.
Well, it's a big
I
city for
step, I
Bulgaria.
step on Victoria. I step on Victoria, and I saw 2.5 million in 9 o'clock in the morning on the Victoria coach station. The coach train station. Mate, I was people from
Well,
everywhere, from your back, from your side. I saw people everywhere. I'm telling you, this is the
so
bit.
they, so wait a second. So they have on the train station as much people as we have in our biggest city, right?
No, maybe there have been less, but in rush hour here, like stations like Victoria and the big stations, they're so busy, man. There's any
And
second you see new people in front of you. Any second, maybe less than a second, may. And yeah, it's been so stressful for me. I'm launching, I want to go on the buses because I know they are on 2 floors. Everyone jumping on second floor. There's something new and interesting for me. And I'm dreaming, for big sports, how I'm gonna go to watch games on Liverpool every Saturday morning. It's not still not happened, but with especially Liverpool games in Premier League, but this different story. And
You're a big football fan, real football, not like the Australian football, soccer, which is the real football. And you're a big Liverpool fan.
yeah,
Haven't
yeah.
haven't you went to their game already? I don't believe
Oh,
that. You should be.
no, I got one game there. Uh, but do you know how difficult it is to grab the tickets for these teams? For any teams in Premier League, it's so difficult to grab the tickets. They got a lot of rules to follow them. You should attend any match to collect points. It's so difficult to grab the.
Really?
Yeah, it's so difficult. I'm telling you, especially for games like Liverpool Man United, which is the most, the watches game in whole world is this one. They watch it everywhere around the world. People, this game it's near to impossible to grab the ticket for them. But yeah, this is different story. I grabbed the
No, go
ticket.
for it. Like
Yeah, I
it's
watch I watched Liverpool Southampton. This been 2017. Yeah, 2017. Me and one friend, two friends of mine, one from Bulgaria and one I met here, which is another guy who is a big Liverpool supporter. And we went straight to the. I never forget this match. All night traveling with the coach because we've been late with the train tickets, and if you're late, then they become so expensive after. And we traveling all night with the bus with the coach to Liverpool, then staying whole day. Mate, the weather that day is being so cold, mate. I'm telling you, coast the Liverpool is coast, and it's so windy and nasty weather. Rainy, windy, everything. But because of the match, doesn't matter for us. We are there. Everyone is enjoying.
well, well,
And
they're
then
saying the weather in London is always bad.
no, in London it's cool, mate. I'm now in the garden in 12 o'clock midnight. With and it's not that bad. I'm even with the shorts and t-shirts in that time. And now is bad. For the last few years, the weather is changed a little bit, to be fair. It's not like normal when every one of my friends is telling me, oh, London is raining all day. I said, especially for last year, when in Bulgaria raining for about 90 days, here it's been so sunny 90 days in a row. It's, yeah, it didn't rain at all. And I said,
Oh, weird. It's
yeah,
climate change.
we reach the fucking best best weather. I said maybe our beaches will change it to British one. They will change their destiny to here. But this is just something like a joke. But yeah, I arrive in London, then I start going to one of the best teams here in all England, which is called Shoot Fighters, and they are the famous team in whole England.
Yeah.
Uh, one, we've got one friend of my brother who is being wrestler and in good positions there, who gave to us chance, to me probably not that much to my brother because he training in that time but not that serious. And yeah, I start going so often there. In this gym is being a lot of guys, like Michael Venom Page, who is competing still in Bellator. I forgot the other names, which is two of them is being in UFC. A lot of guys in uh, U, UK MMA. Or I forgot the the famous MMA British organization for MMA. And yeah, I met guys like them. Uh, the problem on big gyms like this one is how it's everywhere around the world. If you're a big gym, you're taking the best one. If you want to be the best one, you should be the best
How
one.
how how many how many people train there in one class, MMA
But
class?
I'm telling you, I attend just the sessions for the professionals, for the top fighters, and we've been about 20 people per session. But
Okay, it's
this
pretty
is the
good gym.
special session who is just for the competitor.
Yeah.
The night session on jiu-jitsu, boxing, grappling, boxing and MMA, they've been a lot of guys, a lot. You know, especially the hours like a 6 to 7, 8 to 7 to 9, seven to
Yeah,
nine.
the best training hours.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. This is the best, and they're full, like
How
everywhere.
how how many coaches work with one big class like that there?
Uh, the main coaches, they've got something like they've got pretty similar stuff like old school. You know, they've got one striking coach, which is he has in that time. You know, the guys introduced me him. Is he said these guys made 5 world champion or something like that, boxing world champion, amateur,
Yeah.
amateur one. And this guy is been in that time when I went there 4 years ago. This guy is been, you know, classical old boxing coach. You know, he's looked like early 60 or maybe I don't know. You know, it's not good to tell the years on some guys because I didn't ask him in that time. And but you
Mm.
know, but so professional, you know. And that they've got one wrestling coach, uh, which I forgot. Probably I don't know from where he's been. And the main coach, who did the wrestling is one Greek guy. To be fair, Alexis. He's so nice fella, you know, accepting everyone who want to improve yourself. You know, guys like me, boys, is give a chance to them. You know, I'm so grateful to him because I didn't pay that time anything for training, which is impossible in London to go in club like this and not paying. This is something, you know, some big chance, you know, because in other way,
Especially
yeah,
especially for you as an immigrant to
yeah,
just come and
yeah, and
it's you're
even don't
pretty tight with
understand,
the money.
yeah. I, I came in London without. I think I can speak some language. No. It's not. I've been so wrong, man. When I came here and everyone started talking, if I understand 10% of the sentence, I'm pretty sure I understood everything. I sometimes I just can't get it, you know. Uh, and yeah, start training there. You know how I said, big club, big boys. A lot of guys want to improve themselves, and yeah, the shit happen how they like to tell here, and collect few injuries, and I decide for myself in the level where I am now, it's better for me to stop for a bit fighting, you know, concentrate or first my language, second second to recover my body from any injury, because if I continue like this, I'm not gonna finish good. And then, uh, and then probably, hopefully, to come back someday. Uh, yeah, sign for college for English straight away. Starts, you know, like a normal kids going to college twice a week after work, going to learn English with my brother. Uh, then, you know, like a old school immigrants. You know, back in the days, no one speak any language, just immigrate there because some dreams. You know, I don't know. For me, it's been sports. For anyone, is different. You know, for some is better life. For some is traveling. Doesn't matter. But yeah, I came for big sports here, and when I decide to stop. You know, still say to myself, you can't stop. You should improve something in your. Because I know if you're injured, you should be in the gym and training the things when it's not injured. You know, and I said,
Okay, say this again because I'm trying to explain this all the time to the people I coach and you know you're a seasoned athlete and you have this mentality for winner and I'm trying you know to to tell to everyone that as an athlete there is always something that will hurt but it's so important you know to keep training and to improve other areas because
yeah,
especially speaking about MMA or any combat sport there's so much areas you need improvement.
yeah, especially in MMA. For example, if you're a boxer and you collect few injuries, you for example injuries like brain injuries. I mean, it's not possible to go and punch the back, yeah. But you know, still can go to the gym, or in MMA, you've got a lot of opportunity. If you injure your brain, you should take a little bit relaxed. Then you can go to the gym, you can go to grappling, you can go to do just techniques. I don't want to punch your head, or to push your head, or collect another injuries. Just improve your technique in grappling. That I decide. This being my main point. I start thinking, what is wrong with your game? You're good in trolling, but after that, you lose control on your opponent. Why is this one? Because probably in judo the control is with the gi is different, and in MMA you haven't got gi. For that, who is the best there? Wrestlers, but you know, wrestlers is so like they're not so active on the ground. I want to look active and like submission and a lot of things. I said, yeah, you can submit most of the guys, you're judoka for a long times, but just one armbar is not serious, especially if you're dreaming for big games. And I decided, why not nogi? Let's start with the nogi. Then who is the best for nogi? 10 Planet. Yeah, let's sign for 10 Planet, because in that time, still now is every gym is improving a lot nogi, but after 5 years ago, just 10 Planet is being completely nogi, and everyone like Gracie Barra, Roger Gracie, and this kind of gym, they've been so strict. Gi is most important than nogi.
Yeah, for
And
people who are don't have so long history in the combo sports, that was the thing. Back in the days when Eddie Bravo like created 10-point jiu-jitsu, it's absolutely no-gi style. So they train
yeah,
without kimono, without gi. And
yeah,
there was a big disruption in the jiu-jitsu where they even like hated him and talking a lot of crap about him because if it's not with gi, it's not jiu-jitsu. But
yeah,
what he did, the guy was kudos for that because he was revolutionary about that. He said yes, but if you want to compete no-gi, you should train no-gi. And
yeah,
then because his idea about 10-point, just a bit to put a bit history into the talk. His idea about the 10-point jiu-jitsu, because he was thinking to compete in MMA eventually himself, but he was pretty he was not very athletic guy. He was pretty shitty as a striker. So he was thinking how to invent a way to control the hands on the ground if he's on the bottom, because obviously he was not a good wrestler as well. So he was not thinking he will be able, to hold the top position. So he's then he started, to think, and he invented the weird position which is rubber guard. The thing with rubber guard is you control someone's upper body with your legs, and if you establish the rubber guard, it's very hard to punch into it for the top guy. So that's a bit of story behind the
yeah,
10
yeah,
point. But the thing is, when 10-point came, everyone will speak, that you cannot do jiu-jitsu without gi, and even no gi grappling was not that popular back in the days.
yeah,
Jiu-jitsu was with gi, and there was not so much no gi grappling competitions. Even us, remember when we started like doing all competition to supplement our MMA game while we was doing MMA together, we had to compete with geese in grappling jiu-jitsu. There was no gi competitions.
yeah. This is because why? Because a lot of guys is looking video in YouTube or training in Germany, and they tell to them, no, jiu-jitsu is just gi, and for that, this been more popular in that time. And do you know what is strange for me now? Because I'm still seeing guys which is pretty good in gi, and they said when they ask me, I tell, yeah, I'm training as well jiu-jitsu, but just without gi. I don't like gi, man. I'm just full with gi. 13 years with gi, with judo, and now I'm something like peace. We've got uh, one friend of mine and yours, which is uh, former wrestlers. I forgot how been his name. His former wrestler,
Who
he's training now just with gi. doesn't matter. Yeah, it's training just with gi, and I like a former judoka. I'm training just with no gi because you should change. And my reason is because I'm training. I'm coming from MMA and want to improve my game without gi. I don't need gi, but still looking a lot of good guys on gi. They're saying if you're not training gi and training just half of the sport, how you deserve your belt? And I said, mate, this is two different sports. This is you want to tell me that if I'm training wrestling, I should go into judo to training as well because this is half a sport. And it's not half a sport. This is some different sport. They're coming from one roots, which is jiu-jitsu, but there are two different branches, which is
Oh yeah,
completely
yeah.
different.
If you train gi, it's one universe. If you train no gi, it's another universe. There's so much
Yeah,
thing to learn. It's just a universe.
yeah, that's it. You just need to decide which is better for you, because you know some guys they're the best in two of them, but for guys like me, probably because I decide to be just no gi, and for me it's more interesting just no gi with the rush guard and spots. It's look you know better for me, and it's a bit the control is a bit different. I don't like on the gi stuff because uh, even black belts, you're looking IBGF rules, black belts, and the fight's 10 minutes and finish with one advantage. This does mean nothing. Some of them is try some techniques, they give advantage, and the match is finished like this. Didn't see
I
anything.
think I think your relation with gi grappling is heavily influenced by the MMA training in MMA because I'm the same. I don't like myself, grappling with gi just because it's boring. It, the thing is like there's not so much thing happening, and me especially, like before I started, with grappling and then sambo and everything and MMA, I was a striking guy. I was coming from kickboxing,
Hmm.
and in kickboxing, so much thing happens for a minute, for a second. So when you have to to grapple with gi, the game slows down so much, and like damn, like when something's gonna happen, it's very
Yeah,
slow game, and
yeah,
it's just personal preference. I don't enjoy such game. I want things to happen in a round. I want things to happen, and that's
yeah.
why I'm having fun. So kudos to the guy who trained with gi, but it's very slow paced game, very technical. But it just for
But
my perspective, it's more boring because less thing happen in a round.
yeah, most of the guys said Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu with gi is like a chess. But yeah, it's like a chess, so slow, and you're looking for the mistake on your opponent, and when you're top level, this mistake is not much.
Yeah,
And
but
yeah,
it's the
it's
same
not.
with the Nogi game. It's still game of chess, but it's just fast paced chess.
Yeah,
The
yeah,
one
but
like
because the control
you take
there
the
is,
time, you have to make a move. Yeah.
yeah, the control is so different, so it's so difficult to control the sweat body, which is haven't got anything, than gi. Grab the rappel, grab the sleeve, or you know, grab the pants and just holding them for 10 minutes, which is no, personally for me, it's got guys for everything, but just personally
Oh
for me,
yeah,
it's not,
it's
it's not,
absolutely personal. What we're
yeah,
talking about is personal preference. What you enjoy in the game. I completely
yeah,
understand the guys who understand this kind of scientific approach of anything to be slow paced, so they can polish every detail. But you still polish every detail in the fast paced game. It just
yeah,
whatever you enjoy, that's what you do.
yeah, and yeah, for that, 10 planet for me, arrive in 10 planets, I check where is their gym. To be fair, before that, I check few another gyms in internet because, this year's internet give you any information. Uh, Most of the gym is being pretty far from me, expensive in that time because the another thing on the famous families like Gracie, they're so expensive. They're ridiculous expensive to be fair. But this is their choice, their business. For me, in that time,
Well,
it's
they're
being
branding
impossible.
now. They using selling it as a brand. It's a brand.
Yeah,
Training in Gracie is like a brand.
yeah, but especially for me, some Gracie Barra gyms, they're ridiculous expensive, man. I didn't accept that, but this is my personal choice, and I just can't. They even haven't got in back in the years. Maybe now they change, but they haven't got membership like 1 month, one training. No, minimum has been 3 months, 6 months, 9 months, and then 1 year, something like that. And for guys like me, who is probably not speaking English, then decide to go, because of MMA, no-gi, and to be fair, I was so lucky that 10 Planet is being 20 minutes away from my home, something like that. 20 minutes.
Okay, well, that's
Perfect.
pretty good.
I said, man, this is something like you know, the destiny showed me something, 10, 20 minutes to my house. Let's go there. And yeah, since 2016, February, I signed up for 10 Planet, and I remember because one of the guy in Bulgaria, Angel Karaivanov, when I training there for a bit, he won the Naga belts. And I
Yeah,
know
well, for the
Naga,
guys who don't
yeah,
know, Angel is one of the best grapplers in Bulgaria. He's Naga World Champion. He's coming
you,
from a wrestling background, very good friend of mine, very good grappler.
yeah,
And he's competing mostly. He was competing mostly no gi. He's competing gi as well, but very proficient, very technical grappler with very good background
yeah,
and very good friend of ours.
yeah. He's European Naga champion as well, and you got 4 belts or something like that on in Naga competitions. But yeah, and I know Naga is April and February is been time for me to sign in 10 planets going for the belt. I'm so being too early for the belts. I signed up for lowest division there. Because they are novice. After that, beginners. How they've been, and after that, profi, something like that. Not profi, advanced, something like that. I don't remember even. But I signed up for, yeah. I dreamed to win the belt, but still being so early for me. But yeah, started in 10 planet because of preparation for this comp. And yeah, since there I'm there, start they accept me pretty well, not perfect to be fair, for guys who can understand them. A lot of guys have been so excited, East Europeans stepping in their gym, trying to converse with me, to ask me some question to how you looked at how you seeing these techniques, but I didn't get to them. I just want to leave me on the corner of the gym and just watching the techniques, and that's yeah, man. I'm so so shame when I can explain something. I am not like most of the people who we got the kind of people which not know doesn't know English coming here. They were learning English as much quicker they can because they start going there, speaking with this one, speaking on it, asking questions to another guys. Doesn't matter how funny they look like in the beginning, but they learn fast after that. I'm not the kind of person.
Yeah,
If I'm not feeling
that's the
confidence,
thing. Yeah, that's the
I,
thing with when you come in a new country, you have to speak different language. You have to it's kind of like similar like going to jiu-jitsu, and when you start you have to suck up your ego, and you have to accept that you're being funny. You just have to practice. But the thing is, like, you're very humble and a bit of shy, and I know you had a hard time, approaching and talking with people, like, if you think that you sound funny and something, so that slows you down a bit.
uh, and yeah, when you're not confident in something, you you don't just want anything around you, and how I'm so good in understanding the things, watching them, than try to talk and this kind of stuff, even in our language as well, you know, and maybe because of that, I feel confidence just staying on, and this been another problem because in jiu-jitsu, most of the guy going after work, chatting between them, they've spent some fun time after work, you know, but who has been my partner? It's never happened this one, What's happened is showing the techniques and start drilling, maybe I'm drilling wrong, but as much as I can. Then the guy is trying to talk with me, but it's not possible because I didn't get most of the guy. I don't want to spend my time chatting and just drilling and drilling and drilling. And after I recognize after 1 month, no one can want to drill with me, just because they can talk. at all. And you know,
You're just about the work and hard
yeah,
work, no
yeah.
talking.
And yeah, that's true, mate. And then all the time I grab the new guy who is coming for first time, and I recognize I try to explain to him the techniques not improve much as I wanted, But still, in drilling now, I've got personal partner in the gym, which is we're drilling almost every time when I'm there, when he's there as well, and now it's
You
a
can
bit
name
better.
him. He'll probably listen to that.
Oh yeah, he's a soccer or football supporter. How in English, football, soccer in around the world, in
Hey,
America, Australia, I don't
say
know.
the real name. Football. That's the
Football,
real
yeah,
name.
yeah, the real
Let
name.
these guys who play with hands and call it football to find a real name for their stupid game. Call it football like like it is.
I can tell he's stupid because the guy has become millionaire for 1 month, but
True,
still,
true.
uh,
That's Eastern European joke. That's the first thing that
yeah,
annoys you when you go somewhere like we did. Like you went in the UK. I went in Australia. The first thing is that like you don't agree is how they football they call football to rugby, right?
yeah,
Like football is what they call soccer, but it doesn't sounds good to call it soccer because most of your life you're calling it football and it's big thing home. Even I'm not big in football. I don't like it, but
yeah,
it's all around the place, and you call it football. And you come here, you have suddenly start to call it soccer. It's so hard because that's football here, and what they call football is rugby. That's just
yeah,
variations of rugby. It's
yeah,
different kinds of rugby, but it's still rugby. So they have to find different name. It's kind of rugby. This is not football. Football is played with foot. That's why it's called
yeah,
foot and ball. And they're not even using ball. They're
yeah,
using this egg and they call
yeah,
it
yeah,
ball.
yeah, because they should be different. It's got some funny stuff in England as well, because uh, let me give you some example. Last day with my colleague, I'm talking to him, and in the for a while he's been so quiet, and when you're working with someone, you want to break this quietness. And after that, I asked him, "Man, have you been in I, Ibiza? In Bulgaria is Ibiza, around the world is Ibiza." And he said me, "What?" And I said, uh, "Ibiza, mate, the party place in Spain, the island." And he said, Ibiza. I said, "What? Ibiza? You mean the party place, the island in Spain?" I said, "Yeah, yeah, yeah, this one, but it's not Ibiza." And he said, "No, no, no, it's Ibiza." I said, "Where is F?" But yeah, this is funny story. Everyone is pronounced, and Nepal as well, Nepal, they pronounce Nepal, and cause it's
Oh,
Nepal.
really?
Yeah,
Oh,
Nepal. And
oh,
it's so funny being because after Ibiza, I accepted somewhere without complaining and that kind of stuff. And he asked me, "Are you been?" I said, "No, no, no, I'm not been. I would like to go there, but uh, friends of mine now in Nepal, and they said it's so good to visit there." And I said, "No, no, it's not for me. The mountains and that kind of stuff. I prefer beaches." And he said, "Where they been?" I said, "Nepal." And they said, "What? What is this?" I said, "Mate, come on, Nepal is beautiful country in Asia with a lot of mountains." And she said, "Nepal." I said, "What?" I said, "Mate, where is who in Nepal?" You know, so interesting stuff. It's got a lot of interesting words here, and and yeah, uh, but this is their own language, and every day I'm just learning some new words, especially when I work with proper British.
oh
You
yeah,
know,
but
that's one of the good
it's
jobs.
it's it's, it's by the way hard accent, hard accent.
Yeah, yeah, hard
It's
accent,
no,
especially.
they pronounce the but if you see the Australian accent, mate, it's one of the hardest accent.
No,
Not
no,
many people here.
we've got one Aussie, how they call themselves Aussie, or how
Aussie,
we've got,
Aussie.
yeah, one Aussie. We've got one Aussie in our gym. He's training with us. His accent is still can get at some of the things, mate. And he's trying to be more like a, more clear and more right. it's not like still not like speaking with his friends there, you know, when he's grow up with them and this kind of stuff. But still can get it. Yeah, that's interesting. Yeah, but you know,
You see, even people who English is their first one, they cannot understand it. Like what's up to us that the English is not our first language.
right, but they always then can understand each other. Right? I'm so surprised, you know, watching two British speaking for one thing 30 minutes. And then 1 year ago with my colleague, the another one, we're going to the shop and, you know, we want to buy something, but the guy starts explaining something to where is the another shop for where's the shop for exactly this part. And I said, look, 1 second, because his accent has been so strong. And I said to my colleague, come, mate, to explain it to you, where's the shop? I just, you know, it's so easy for you. And they talking for about 20 minutes. We went out of the street and go down the street. And I said, mate, where is the shop? And he said, I have no idea. And I said, mate, you talk your born language for 20 minutes and you haven't got idea where we're going, you know? And he said, should be somewhere here, but I didn't get it proper. Where is exactly the place? I said, mate, come on. And how you said for foreigners is even it's even more how they call it on immigrants, foreigners in England. It's not immigrants. Doesn't matter. That's the funny. And then let's continue with the sport course. We can talk a little bit. So funny stories for whole night. And yeah, start training in 10 planets again for 3 months after I got one injury on my neck. I should start for 1 month, 2 months, something like that, just to recover myself. Then come back again and see that I'm not missing, you know, I'm going proper 3-4 days a week. The college when I went to the college, it's been a little bit difficult for me to go 4 days, because 2 days on the college, 2 days during the week and one open mat is been more than enough, or sometimes just 2 days on the week going. I went there because during the weekend I've been working in that time, and yeah, 2 years after, our coach and his, how to say, friend who is holding our gym, they decide to change the gym with a bigger one, because I remember in the old gym is being something like a typical old school, like a Rocky 2, his gym, exactly the same. We're going from the loft, how they call it, between the roof and the last floor. There has been our gym, so old building, no windows. Yeah, one of the windows is being broken during the winter, during the summer, doesn't matter. And, you know, for me, it's been something normal, because my gym in Bulgaria back in the years has been exactly the same, you know, open
Yeah, we
24
always
hours.
train this gym, so
Yeah,
you will feel like home in you know this old
yeah.
school dirty gyms, but yeah,
The
it's
guy,
not the
the
case with
guys,
most of the people now.
yeah, the guy is complaining in that time. I said, no, for me it's no problem. This is just small hole in the window. In my gym, is haven't got two windows. Then, you know, and minus 15 degree. I never forget training judo with two pairs of socks. One is from your grandmother. I don't know. Even they have got words for. Are they got words for these socks?
I don't think so. I don't
I
think
don't think
so. They
so.
don't have words for these things. At least not a word that I know. It's
Yeah,
it's
me
a
too.
special word for this one. We only have it. So
Yeah,
these socks are like they knitted socks like from wool. That is like you know like your grandmother is doing it like knitting it with these big needles and making socks, and they're very warm. So it's they you cannot even wear them with your normal shoes because they're so thick. You
yeah,
normally wear them home, you know, just to protect your legs to keep them
yeah,
warm. And if you have to put shoes with them, that's your winter shoes, which are normally one size bigger because
yeah,
otherwise you
yeah.
cannot fit these big socks inside.
Yeah, that's this shoe and you know, my gi, but under the gi I've got one tracksuit and one jumper, one t-shirt. Under the jumper, the another polo or something like that, and then the gi on the top. And I never forget. Sometimes when it's been too cold, I put my cap, winter cap, but there as well. I imagine to training with this one, but and for that, for me, it's been
Well,
something.
I do, but most of Western people don't.
Yeah, they can understand just us about these things. But yeah, for me it's been something normal, a bit colder if you, especially when you drink something, you are sweating and then should stay for a bit, just waiting to explain the techniques, and it's become cold faster, and. But yeah, we changed to new gym, big gym, new, everything should look new and good, and it is still looking massive gym with so good, good changing rooms. In the old gym, one changing room for men's, no cold, no not hot water, just cold. The only thing when I hate is cold water. Everything I can accept, just not cold water in the shower. I'm not going in for shower if it's just cold water. But yeah, now two two wash cabins, big room, changing room, not like previous gym. Uh, the women's changing room is again big. I've never been there, but they said it's big, just for 6 7 women's, but still. Uh, and then reception room. Then we've got a weightlifting area. We've got a ring. We've got a double. I think it's double size mats, like a square meters than the previous gym. And then we've got a new classes, like wrestling class started in that time. No, it's been planning to start it, and they talked to me, do you want to take and I said, yeah, of course, let's talk when you want to start the class. And they opened the gym January 1st of 3rd of January, because first is been Saturday, bank holiday, which is the official bank holiday for all the country. Then second is been Sunday, and third Monday they opened the gym. I not been in that time here because I've been in Bulgaria that time, but since I come back 10 of January, I start. The coach spoke with me and asked me, "Do you want to take care?" And then I said, "Yeah, let's talk when you want to start the training." And step by step, he put the classes one after the other, and yeah, end of March 2018, he said me, "Do you want to start the wrestling class?" And I said, "Mate, to be fair, I'm not feeling confident. Still not feeling confident with them to explain." And I kind of, he said, "Look, mate, I'm gonna give you another coach who is Iranian, but a wrestler for a long time in Iran, and then come back to England. His English is proper English, finished school here, and uh, I don't know this Finnish school, but his language is with accent, which is so strange for
Well,
Irani guy,
listen, as much as you know, accent never goes away. Like you can learn the language perfectly, but you cannot hide your accent. The
No,
accent
but
stays
yeah, but
forever.
I'm telling you,
You cannot get rid of
his
it.
pronunciation is close enough to their one, man. Okay, it's not exactly like a proper British five generation from here from the back, but his accent is pretty close. And
Okay.
I, s- I saw this one in a lot of boys when they're Bulgarian, but they said, "Mate, I came here when I've been 7 years old, and I spent with them uh, with the school for next 12 years." And from the kids, because he's got a lot of British, and most of them, their accent, they speaking Bulgarian with me, and after that, when you speak English, they completely change, mate. This is so
Yes,
interesting
yes,
for me. I'm telling
yeah.
you, they
Kids do
just
that. Kids do that.
boom. And after that, when they grow up, they become men and women, they still doing this one, just for probably for me and you, when all of our life till over 20s, and late 20s staying in Bulgaria, and then you know pro, I don't think for you, mostly because you work with English and back in the years, but I never use English in Bulgaria then, you know then for that I just start learning here, and for me it's impossible to remove my accent. Still, it's so funny, and talking so funny funny stuff with me in a changing room, you know, examples with my words and this kind of stuff. But you know, that's happened. It's not gonna change, to be fair, in this life probably. If if I've got a kids, maybe for him will be different, but not for me. Not definitely not for me in this life. And then yeah,
So
from April last year, I I think 17th of April has been our 2018. It's been our first training with this guy who is a proper wrestler, you know, and I started learning from him. He held with me for about, we start with one session per week, to be fair. First of all, we start with one session per week. I saw how he is teaching the class, how I'm learning from you know, trying mistakes, then fixing the mistakes, then you know how to be warm up, because I know you're not big fan of warm ups, but in guys which is pretty new in wrestling, if you not give a warm up to them, all of them are injured on the next, or not all, but 50% of them are injured after
yeah,
that, especially
it depends on the nature of the sport.
yeah,
In explosive sports as wrestling, boxing, kickboxing, you need a warm up.
yeah, especially like we're trying judo trolling on the mats, and for kids it's not problem. Kids do this one, they jump, but because of the grow up men, they start thinking, and even for them it's so difficult to make a front row, mate, or back row. You know, just to go on your butt and go to your back and throw your legs over your head. This is so difficult for them. If you ask
Because
one,
is the fear, you know, like
yeah,
the
because their
people who are
brain
a
is
bit older who are not used, you know, to go upside down, and they have fear of, you know, like you know, that they're gonna fall. And kids are like kids
no, they
because
don't
they
think.
play, they don't have this fear. They just jump into it. But
Yeah,
the adult people, they have problems with, you know, like having their feet upside down, and yeah, that's the thing.
that's so interesting and difficult, you know. And 1.5 months after, I think, or 2 months, something like that, with this guy, he said me, mate, I've got some injuries on my shoulder. Yeah, he has. Yeah, I'm going to operation and that kind of stuff. I can't hold it the class anymore. But
Surgery. You
yeah,
say
surgery.
surgery.
Yeah, surgery. No, it's injury, and after that went to the surgery. But you know,
Yeah.
and I said, yeah, mate, no worries. I'm gonna take care. You know, still being so, uh, you know, not confident doing stuff alone and that kind of stuff. Cause most of my techniques are Greco-Roman, and then I should learn a lot from wrestling, which is the freestyle, which is more useful for grappling and MMA. And yeah, I started watching a lot of video, improving my knowledge, you know, thinking which technique is better for us. Because, you know, bridge grappling wrestler is, you're not, you're not, the new guys is not supposed to be Olympic class wrestler. But, you know, and the techniques, that's the good for my, I think that's the good for my wrestling class. Because when I've been in the beginning, I went to the wrestling class, you know, classical wrestling class, old school generation coaches, and they start telling me, no, do this one. I want when you go to the ground to be on your face, you know, this is their defense. I didn't blame them, you know, they're so right, you know, because in wrestling, don't give your face, because they will take you pins 100%. But in jiu-jitsu, don't give your back, yeah, and you know you're
Yeah, it's
confused. And
different
I never forget, yeah, I never forget going to wrestling class, and they said me, you know, here the defense is here, face to the floor, you know, then try to go out, you know, just to take you 1 point, cause this will be penalty
well,
for you. But
I even remember, you know, remember back in the days when they started these grappling competitions in Bulgaria, because we have very good wrestlers. Every wrestler, you always try to get his back in the ground. So if you may make your way to the back, that was the only way to beat them. So yeah, but you know, just different concepts.
the and yeah, that's how for a bit here I found one one place for wrestling, which is not the best wrestling in in the world, but still wrestling. And the coach, I think for myself which techniques is good, and I'm doing them. Then the other techniques I don't pay too much attention, but it's a bit first, so annoyed for the coach, like showing some techniques and you don't pay attention to him too much because it's not gonna be helpful. And then I start paying attention, and then on the next day on the BHG class, I'm seeing myself doing this shit, which is completely shit. Give your back to another guys, and I said to myself, for that my probably my wrestling class is a bit better than how I went the way, start learning wrestling, then going to grappling, then wrestling, then grappling, then judo, then sambo, then, you know, my technique. And for that, when I'm choosing the techniques for any of my classes, I'm thinking what they can do from there, It's not just for trolling, and then typical wrestling things going for the pin, I'm just thinking from here where we can continue, some ideas with the main coach from our gym for BDG. He grabbed some stuff from my stuff, as well to continue after that. And yeah, for that I think it's so useful. My wrestling class is useful for MMA and jiu-jitsu guys more than if you want to improve your wrestling going for wrestling competition, to be fair. But
Well, we have a huge attendance there. It's so picture. I'm proud with you. I
yeah, to
really
be
like
fair,
that.
do you know how, do you know how interesting?
At the end, you was not confident. You say, like, "Oh, I don't want to coach that." Coach, you have to think about the sport, and it makes you better. It's good to coach. It's hard to coach and same time, but if you do it properly, it actually helps you again because you understand it better.
Yeah, and yeah, do you know, you said for improving my class, but I've still been one training per week till June, till May. And the head coach came to me and said, Stefan, do you want to open second class? And I said, mate, look, my opinion is I've got 7 guys now in the class, and if I open second class, most of them, half of them will stay in this class, half of them will say, "Oh no, I'm too tired. I'm going to next class," and I've been scared to don't start coming just 3-on-3. If they got a choice, some of them will choose one day, the another one will choose the another day. And I've been scared. I said, mate, look, this, calculate the things and decide what you're thinking and do it. If you want, I can hold it second class. It's not problem. I'm still here waiting for the main class because after wrestling class is main class jiu-jitsu, which is I'm not missing at all. If I miss it, it's something I'm on holiday or which is not happen often. But yeah, not 100, but 95% I'm on main class, and then going early there because I'm not come back after work. I'm going straight out to the gym and said to my coach, look, I'm already there. Let's do it. Let's do it second class. If you see it's not workful and we've got 3 people in one class, 3 in another, we'll stop. Soon as we open the second class, mate, the guys just start coming more and more. And yeah, from 7, we straight away went to the 15, man. Soon as we open second class. And every day is coming that much, and I'm so surprised, how they been 7, 8 maximum before open second class. They become to 15. Yeah, the main coaches helped me a lot as well because he explained proper to most of the young fellas how they've got
Tell his
perfectly
name.
perfectly opportunity
Tell
to grab.
his name.
Hello?
He'll probably listen to that. So
Yeah, and he
say,
just said to them.
say the name of the guy. He'll probably listen to that. So
Yeah. Jamie Coach is our head coach on our gym. Uh, he's opened 10 Planet in London 5 years and a half, something like that, close to 5.5 years. Before that, he's been MMA competitor. Before that, if no, pretty sure, I don't know for how long, but he's been a rugby player. Uh, he's the guy with incredible top pressure. I'm telling you, I never feel that shoulder pressure and the top pressure from even from the wrestlers, mate. But this is probably become from wrestling, mate, because not from wrestling, from his background of rugby, which is they got pretty good base, pushing each other. I don't know how good rugby, but they've got some situation when 5-on-5 pushing each other. Probably from them. We've got the another guys coming from rugby, and they with the same base and same incredible shoulder pressure and top pressure. And yeah, this is our main coach.
But well, you're a good coach, my friend. That's why we have so many people in class. Because you have been in sport for a while. You have like sports education, which is very important. And you're active competitor and you're really good, so that's why you have so much view, and you're very attractive when you compete.
To be fair,
you
I don't know how good coach I'm. Sorry for stopping you. I don't know how good coach I'm, but I know I'm thinking one thing. I'm believing in these things. If you're doing something with your heart and your passion, it's impossible to don't happen. If you're doing proper, regular, and giving all the best from you, and and everything, in the future someday will happen. How probably you're believing in this one as well. And yeah, doesn't matter, when the
that
guys.
was that was that was that was good. That was good that you said. What's ahead for you, Stefan? What's going on? Like, what's next? You're competing professionally in grappling now, so what's
Uh,
coming up for you?
for me now, we've got one not small comp, pretty big comp for UK, but 1st of September. Then uh, we've got
What rules?
80.
What rules? What's the
Uh,
comp?
I didn't sure. IBGF rules. Yeah, it's 100% IBGF rules. Yeah, this one for 1st of September is IBGF rules. Then 21st of September, it's got big comp in Paris. The Russian organization ABC.
Okay,
Which
yeah, ABC are pretty
yeah,
big.
ABC is big
They're
organization.
the third biggest MMA network as well, so it's pretty big organization.
And yeah, for grappling now they become popular. They've got money for any competitor who is grab the medal. Not just for first place, for second, for third place as well, and even for they give pretty good money. I calculate my money from traveling to going there, staying there, and then even if I grab third place, I've got extra money for me, man,
That's good. It's good. Good
which
luck
is
on this one.
perfect, right? And good opinion going there. A lot of guys will go there because not just because of the money, but still, if you can take it something back. It's different. It's so easy to give the payment fee, which is a
Yes.
bit high in this years. Uh, yeah, this one is next. I would try, and I would like to go to Rome. I'm feeling pretty ready for this comp now. Till this year, I didn't feel ready to go there. For that, I've never been.
What's in Rome? What's the
Yeah, in
competition
Rome,
in
in
Rome?
Rome. Yeah, European no-gi IBGF rules. Yeah, till this season, I didn't feel that ready, but now I'm feeling ready, and I know I can grab the medal there. Some of the medals, I don't know which one.
Well, I hope it's gonna be the first. Good luck on you in that, brother.
Yeah,
Uh, so how people who listen to that can get in touch with you? You probably you give me your contacts, and also like put the links to
uh,
the podcast in description.
yeah, I will give you the main points. Our gym is just the opposite side of the river, in front of the city airport, in London City Airport, a small airport next to the river. Uh, yeah, everyone know where is city airport. The another big points where is our gym is next to Excel Exhibition Center, which is the biggest. I don't know, it's the biggest in London, but it's so massive. Exhibition Center is like a shopping center in Bulgaria. The big shopping centers is maybe bigger than them. And yeah, now our gym is there. I'm gonna give a contact to you, and we're gonna post the postcode everything here is happen with postcode. Just write the postcode, or even in Google Maps, we've got yeah, you've got. It's not like in Bulgaria, postcode is not working, for that time. So I'm just telling you, for normal people, they're not gonna understand me, but you are probably understand me. Someone in Bulgaria asked me postcode. I said, mate, you're not gonna go anywhere with this postcode, probably. But yeah, Google Maps. If you go into Google Maps, how most of the guy working is just write diesel gym and directly it will send you to our gym, which is yeah the only one gym with this name, diesel gym. And yeah, in our gym we've got a lot of classes, not just wrestling, jiu-jitsu. We've got a Muay Thai, pretty strong Muay Thai team. We've got a strength and condition coach. We've got a private strength and condition coach, which is got some own stuff, like some own area, and it's open to training everyone. We've got like a recovery center with 2 therapists there, which is doing a lot of massages and for everyone. It's big, massive gym, which has got everything, straight and condition area, then big mats, then half of these big mats is with the cage around. We've got a ring, pretty big, not Olympic standard, it's not that big, but it's still big. We've got, punch bags, free fall. Our gym is pretty massive, and a lot of classes, and you've got for everyone who want to training everything, not everything, but a lot of things, which is perfect for that.
Combo sport.
Yeah.
Awesome. I'll put links into that.
Yeah.
And to wrap this one up, what is worth fighting for you?
What do you say? I didn't hear you. Can you repeat?
What is worth fighting for you? What is worth fighting for?
Oh, what is the word fighting mean for me? Fighting. This is description of my life, to be fair. I don't know. I'm feeling like
No,
what Hello, sir.
what is that's probably the longest episode. It's almost hour and a half we're talking. I'm gonna call this one. Thank you so much for taking the time, and good luck in your next competitions. And we all root for you. We here the team in Australia. We love to watch your fights. You're super attractive.
Yeah.
Your takedowns are awesome. Your ground game is getting better and better. Your leg walks are awesome. You're strong in stand-up grappling. You're becoming super dangerous on the ground as well. And we love to see you keep going and keep improving yourself.
Yeah. Thank you for hello.
For your next time. Yeah.
Thank you for your kind words, coach, and hopefully soon to visit somewhere, in Bulgaria, or I will come to visit you to Australia if it's not possible to travel. And yeah, looking forward for your team. I'm so happy and enjoying watching videos. And even I watched all of the videos from the last comp, but haven't got times to make the analysis for this one.
But thanks for helping the guys. I really appreciate your input.
No, it's not. If I've got a time, and I haven't got any problem for me to doing. Even how you said you improve yourself doing the doing, 1 second, it's too late. Yeah, improve yourself doing the analysis on their game to yourself as well. You can see something when you are doing as well. You never know.
Awesome, Brad. Thank you so much.
Yeah. No worries, man.
Thank you for listening to the Fight Zone podcast. Subscribe in your podcast app to receive the next episode where I talk with my great friend Ervis Pashuari. Ervis is a great friend of mine and a martial artist from Albania. He's 3rd degree black belt in Olympic Taekwondo and A-class kickboxing instructor. He started his MMA program in Albania, and we talk about his impression after the first IMFA MMA coaching certification course in Albania.